Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KST. It's your girl Kay, and today we're going to be talking Tokyo, Tony, and Black China. Their relationship have been estranged for years. We've watched this relationship, this mommy-daughter relationship, on television. I personally didn't watch their TV show, but I've heard so much commentary on it. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Some people felt as though Black China was basically the good child who was feeling constantly pressured by her drug addict mom. But nonetheless, it just seems as if their relationship has always been rocky. But who don't sometimes have rocky relationships with a parent or two, right? My thing is, Tokyo Tony has recently been very vocal about Black China and have been very vocal about her in a negative light. Recently, she was spotted at the Grammys. Now, it's fair to say everyone perhaps had something negative to say about Black China's Grammy outfit in the all black and the makeup. We all felt it was a bit too much for Black China and it didn't match the event, but we didn't really, bash her. Whereas her mom felt like, oh my God, I have a daughter and my daughter is Illuminati and she's doing all of this. And, so Tokyo Tony basically took it there when Black China popped out at the Grammys and wore what she wore. But even prior to the Grammys, look, Tokyo Tony has been very vocal recently about Black China in a negative way, feeling as though she asked Black China to promote her products, and the products, I guess she took it down the next day or whatever. It's just been a mess. Let's just say that. It's just been a mess, a mess, a mess. And this is what the newest thing that Tokyo Tony had to say about Black China. And I'm going to let you guys listen to it.
Investments to do. Look, she don't talk. I don't give a fuck. I talk about the Bible. It's coming soon, Angie. I tell her what to do. I tell her about the Euphrates River drying up. Excuse me. I tell her all this shit. Warning. I tell her about the red planets. I tell her all this shit. I tell her all this shit. Oh, Happy New Year. I tell her all this shit. I say all kinds of shit to make her ass answer. I'm telling you, make a neck.
All right. So basically, Black China was saying, not Black China, slip of the tongue. Basically, Tokyo Tony was saying that she reaches out to Black China constantly. She's constantly sending her Bible verses, constantly sending her certain prophecies, constantly reaching out to her, sending her things, trying to keep her up to date on the things that she's aware of. I did see that she slid right across the message requesting $3,800 from Black China and didn't mention it. So she didn't mention it. I'm not gonna really speak too much on that either. But my thoughts on this is Tokyo Tony, like, she has to try to work on her relationship with Black China in private. And the reason why I feel like she needs to work on the relationship with Black China in private is because any mother-daughter relationship, or not even, doesn't have to even be mother-daughter, any sacred relationship, it could even be a romantic partnership, is going to have problems. And when these problems come up, you don't want to involve the entire world into your problems, because when you involve the entire world into your problems, that is thousands of opinions that you're now being given about a problem that only needed to be solved between two people. So that's the thing. I feel like Tokyo Tony needs to take this thing off the internet, give her opinions about her daughter's life to her daughter or to a therapist privately without the internet being aware. She has to also take into consideration that Black China is a grown woman. So if Black China chooses to live her life the way how she wants to live her life, Tokyo Tony has to realize that, all right, well, there's certain things that I can't control about your life because you are who you are. You've grown up. Now, another thing I think that Tokyo Toni has to think about when she goes on these public spews about Blac Chyna and her life is that Blac Chyna is a public figure. She has a reputation to uphold. Blac Chyna gets paid based on her likeness, based on her reputation that she has. So if you have a mother who is constantly ruining that reputation, not only is it putting problems and burdens and rocks on the relationship that you have, that sacred mother-daughter dynamic that you have, but it's also putting problems within Blac Chyna's pockets, because people will be like, hey, I don't want to book Blac Chyna for the event. This is how Tokyo Toni talks about her daughter. Like, I don't want to do that. You know, they may be left with a bad taste in their mouth because of something that Tokyo Toni may have said. So I just feel like Tokyo Toni just has to, reach out to Blac Chyna and say, excuse my slip of the tongue, and say, hey, look, I want to go to therapy. I want to work through the relationship. I want us to communicate more. I'm not going to keep going to the internet about our problems, and move forward in that direction. I feel like any other direction that she has been moving in thus far hasn't been conducive for the relationship that she has with Blac Chyna, and is not going to help the relationship or help her get a response from Blac Chyna. She needs to try a different route, and I think being more private about the relationship and their relationship issues, and taking a more subtle approach to resolving it, and not being all out here in the streets just like blasting Blac Chyna, would definitely aid in the growth of their relationship. But nonetheless, that's just how I feel about this relationship. I want to hear what you guys think. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, don't forget to share your thoughts and comments down below. What do you think about Blac Chyna and Tokyo Toni's relationship? Like, do you think she needs to continue to blast her on the internet, or do you think she does need to be more private about the relationship? I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, with that being said, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hey guys, I will chat with all of you next time. Laters.